Welcome to WebbyCrown Solutions. In this video, we'll walk through the eTimeOffice integration, an Odoo add-in that connects your instance to eTimeOffice so attendance data flows automatically from their API into Odoo. We'll cover how to configure API credentials, choose sync frequency and scheduled jobs, run manual syncs, map employees to eTimeOffice codes, review punch data and daily attendance, optionally mirror records into Odoo's standard attendance model, and use sync logs to audit what ran and when. From the main menu, open eTimeOffice, or go through Apps and confirm the module is installed. Open eTimeOffice, Configuration, Settings, or the equivalent settings screen exposed by the module. Here, administrators enter the connection details eTimeOffice expects. Corporate ID, username, and password, used to build the basic authentication header for API calls. API URL defaults to the official download and out punch data endpoint. Change only if your provider gives a different base URL. Active, turn the integration on or off. When it's off, scheduled syncs should not run, and manual actions can be blocked or skipped depending on your workflow. Sync hr.attendance, optional. When enabled, punch data can also update Odoo's standard HR attendance records for employees that are properly linked, so HR workflows that rely on core attendance see the same times. Save your settings when you're done. The add-in stores these values using Odoo system parameters, which keeps credentials out of custom tables while remaining easy to back up with your database. Still in settings, find sync frequency, for example, every hour, daily, weekly, or monthly. When you save, the module aligns scheduled actions. The job that matches your frequency stays active, and the others for this integration are turned off, so you don't get duplicate API pulls. Use the scheduler status text and shortcuts to open the cron form or list if your build exposes them, to confirm next run time and that the correct job is enabled. For a quick sanity check, some builds offer a test sync frequency action that runs the same logic as the cron and writes a line to sync logs, useful before you rely on overnight jobs. Before your first full sync, use test connection, or the equivalent button. The add-in sends a small, bounded request to the API and checks for a valid JSON response. If something is wrong credentials, network, or URL, you'll get a clear error instead of waiting on a large date range. Attendance rows are keyed by employee code as eTimeOffice returns it. For Odoo to attach punches to the right people, each person should be linked. Open eTimeOffice, Users, or the menu entry that lists eTimeOffice users. For each row, use Link to Employee, or set the link from the employee form in the HR app, depending on your UI, so the eTimeOffice employee code matches the device and API code. You can also sync users from API-driven flows where the module creates or updates eTimeOffice user records from return data, then refine links in Odoo. When you need a specific window, for example, after fixing mapping or after an outage, open the manual sync wizard from settings. Choose employee code, often all for everyone, or a single code, and set from and to dates. Start the sync. The add-in requests and out punch data for that range, creates or updates daily rows and in and out punches, and shows a result summary. The last sync timestamp updates, so the next automatic run can use an appropriate overlap or buffer. Open eTimeOffice, Attendance, or your list view for eTimeOffice Attendance. You'll see daily records per linked user, check-in and check-out times derived from the API, optional remarks and raw payload fragments for support, and computed work duration where both sides of the day are present. If Sync HR Attendance is enabled and the employee is linked, corresponding attendance documents in the HR app can reflect the same day's check-in and check-out, keeping payroll and attendance apps aligned. Open Sync Logs or eTimeOffice, Configuration, Sync Logs, depending on menu layout. Each line records source, scheduled job, manual wizard, test, or API triggered run, status, message, records processed, and duration. Use this screen to prove compliance, debug failures, and confirm crons are firing on the expected schedule. For automation or integrations, the module may expose JSON routes such as manual sync and test connection under authenticated user sessions. Use these only with trusted callers and proper Odoo security. They execute with the logged-in user's rights. That's eTimeOffice integration, secure API settings, flexible scheduling, employee mapping, manual and automatic sync, optional HR attendance alignment, and audit-friendly logs, so your workforce data stays in sync without manual CSV work. Thank you for watching. For more information, or to schedule a live demo, visit www.WebbyCrown.com or contact us at sales@WebbyCrown.com.